Scientia Professor Justin Gooding is on a mission.
We're working on what I think is one of the most exciting, game-changing technologies that's going to come in our lifetime.
A smart patch that goes on the arm, allowing doctors to detect drug levels continuously and in real time.
We can now personalise your drug treatment to an individual person. We can see how the drug levels change. We can know when to add more drug to keep it in the therapeutic window and how to make sure that the amount of drug we add is right for you, not right for the average person.
The sensor works by deploying microneedles that provide pain-free access to interstitial fluid just below the skin, where it can measure the concentration of a specific target, such as a drug. The prototype is undergoing testing ahead of a planned launch in 2027. The technology itself was developed at the University of California, but is being commercialised by a company in Melbourne, with support from Professor Gooding's team at UNSW Sydney. His group has expertise in electrochemistry, optics, nanomaterials, and modifying surfaces with single molecule thick films to allow materials to interact with biological systems in well-defined ways.
What I was really interested in is developing this molecular scale control over changing a surface and using it to create new measurement tools.
Tools such as personal glucose meters, which Professor Gooding helped commercialise.
That is the most used analytical device in the world, by an order of magnitude. 10 million glucose tests done every single day.
These tests are highly effective because the enzyme glucose oxidase allows glucose to be easily detected in blood. So how likely is it that scientists could one day develop something like tricorders depicted in Star Trek, which can detect anything?
I'll run a microcellular scan. We'll see. This will take a couple of minutes.
We can certainly develop devices that can detect lots of different things. But the whole idea of a sensing device is to be highly specific for the thing you want to detect, so you can detect that despite all the other things that are around.
Not that Professor Gooding isn't willing to keep pushing the limits of technology. He co-designed a 3D printer that allows researchers to rapidly develop replicas of different types of cancer and their surrounding cells.
And that could give the oncologist some indications about how to personalise the treatment for that person. That's the long-term vision. We're not there yet, but it's not far away. And so meeting Monday?
Despite his long list of innovations and achievements, Professor Gooding says he's most proud of mentoring younger researchers.
One of the great privileges in our job is that we get to work with young people full of hopes and dreams, and our job is to not get in their way and help them achieve that.
Professor Gooding is the 2024 recipient of the prestigious David Craig Medal from the Australian Academy of Science.